How Spotify Outsmarted Apple, a David versus Goliath story. Introduction. In the world of tech titans, few battles have been as fierce as the one between Spotify and Apple. In 2015, Apple, the world's biggest company, set its sights on crushing a Swedish startup that was revolutionizing the music industry. This is the incredible story of how Spotify outsmarted Apple and changed the rules of the game. The birth of Spotify. In 2006, Daniel Ek founded Spotify in Sweden amidst a collapsing music industry. Rampant piracy had decimated revenues, CD sales had plummeted, and iTunes dominated the legal download market. Streaming was seen as a risky venture, but Ek was determined to change the industry. Spotify offered a legal, user-friendly alternative to piracy, with an extensive music library accessible at the click of a button. Spotify's meteoric rise. By 2015, Spotify was a major player in the music streaming industry. It had 75 million active users, was available in 58 countries, and was valued at a staggering $8.4 billion. However, this success did not go unnoticed. Apple decided to enter the music streaming market with Apple Music, leveraging their control over the App Store as a strategic advantage. Apple's aggressive tactics. Apple's strategy was ruthless. They imposed a 30% fee on all subscriptions through the App Store, banned links to external payment options, and pre-installed Apple Music on over 1 billion devices. This approach was designed to slowly choke Spotify by making it more expensive and less accessible. The financial squeeze. The financial implications for Spotify were severe. On iOS, Spotify was forced to charge $12.99 to offset Apple's 30% fee, while Apple Music could remain at $9.99 everywhere. Apple was effectively using Spotify's own money to undercut them, a move that was both ingenious and malevolent. Chapter 5. Spotify's bold response. Daniel Ek made a daring move instead of capitulating. He went nuclear by filing an antitrust complaint with the European Union. Apple retaliated by stating, "Spotify wants all the benefits of a free app without being free." But Ek was prepared for the long haul. Taking the fight public, Spotify launched the website timetoplayfair.com, exposing Apple's restrictive practices. They revealed that Apple had rejected their app updates 12 times, blocked Spotify from the HomePod, prevented Siri integration, and restricted user communications. This transparency shocked the tech world and garnered significant public support. The war intensifies. The conflict escalated quickly. The EU opened a formal investigation, the US Congress scrutinized Apple, other developers rallied behind Spotify, and South Korea amended its laws. The battle lines were drawn, and it seemed like David was gaining ground against Goliath. The turning point. In 2021, Spotify scored a major victory when Apple was forced to allow external payment links. The 30% App Store tax began to crumble. Despite the intense conflict, Spotify's user base continued to grow exponentially, from 75 million in 2015 to a staggering 498 million by 2023. Ek's strategic brilliance. Ek's strategy was multifaceted. By making the fight public, he united other developers and garnered widespread support. Spotify continued to focus on user experience and innovation, expanding into podcasts and audiobooks. They used Apple's pressure as free marketing, never backing down from the fight. The outcome. Today, Spotify boasts 489 million users compared to Apple Music's 88 million. The Swedish startup is now 5.5 times larger than Apple Music. They didn't just survive the onslaught, they dominated the market. The lesson is clear. When a giant tries to crush you, don't hide. Fight publicly, build alliances, and turn their size into a weakness. David defeats Goliath by changing the rules of the game. The takeaway for founders. For founders and entrepreneurs, the biggest competitor's strength can become their weakness. Spotify turned Apple's dominance into a narrative of unfairness and emerged victorious. Sometimes the best defense is a bold offense. Conclusion. The saga of Spotify versus Apple is a testament to the power of resilience, strategic thinking, and public support. It's a story of how a small startup from Sweden outsmarted the world's biggest company and reshaped the music streaming industry.